Hello, my dear kiddies. Welcome back to another pre-recorded video session. So let's begin our today's video class. Let's start with our topics for the week. Yes, here comes the topics for the week. That is Carroll diagrams and Venn diagrams from Unit 1C Handling Data. I repeat, the topics for the week is Carroll diagrams and Venn diagrams. So we have already learned this concept in our online class, right? We did problems related to it. So this video session will be a summary part related to this concept. So we will be doing a quick review part as well as discussing two questions to recollect what you have learned about this concept in your online session. Since you have did all these questions in your online class, you don't need to do anything mentioned in the video, okay? Just watch and recollect everything, okay? So let's move on to the quick review part. Yes, here comes the quick review session. Let's start with the very first definition. Yes, here it is. A Carroll diagram is a way of sorting objects, numbers, and shapes by their traits. So what is a Carroll diagram? A Carroll diagram is a way of sorting objects, numbers, and shapes by their traits. Right now, I have read the definition 2 times. Did you understand it? From the word Carroll diagram itself, it's clear it is a diagram. Now, how this diagram works or how we will be answering the question in a diagrammatic way when it is asked to put a Carroll diagram. So, since the subject is mathematics, we always dealing with objects, numbers, or shapes, right? Yeah, obviously we will be dealing with numbers and shapes. So when you ask to put a Carroll diagram or when you ask to draw a Carroll diagram, then you have to arrange or you have to place a Carroll diagram according to their traits. So what do you mean by this traits? Traits means characteristics or attributes. So you will be giving more concentration to traits. That is, you will be characterizing or you will be sorting things according to the numbers or whatever thing given. According to that thing's characteristics or attributes, you will be sorting out things. So that is known as Carroll diagram. Clear? Okay, now let's move on to the next definition. It's about Carroll diagrams are named after Lewis Carroll. So who just gave name to Carroll diagram? That is the mathematician Lewis Carroll. So just remember this mathematician name who gave name to Carroll diagram. That is Lewis Carroll. Now we are moving to the next concept, that is Venn diagram. Yeah, from that also we can understand it is a type of diagram. Now, how it differ from Carroll diagram, or is there any connection between Carroll diagram? Okay, for all these questions, let's start with the topic. The very first definition itself, we can clear what is Venn diagram. Is it have any connection with Carroll diagram and all? Okay, yeah, here comes the definition. Venn diagram is a way of sorting things according to different features. So Venn diagram is also a diagrammatic thing where we are sorting things according to different features. So from this, what do you understand? Venn diagram and Carroll diagram, both are diagrams, but they doesn't have any connection in between. Both are different diagrams. So Carroll diagram means it is a way of sorting things according to their traits, whereas Venn diagram means it's a way of sorting things according to different features. Something really different features, they are sorting things in Venn diagram. Now, how this diagram got this name Venn? From whom? Yes, Venn diagrams named after John Venn. So Venn diagrams are named after John Venn. So just remember these two mathematicians' name, it's very important. Who found Carroll diagram? That is Lewis Carroll. And who found Venn diagram or who named Venn diagram? That is John Venn. So this is about a quick review part. This is a very simple concept. I hope a quick review part is quite helpful for you to recollect what you have learned in your online classes. Now let's move on to the application level of questions. Here comes the applications. And my dear kiddies, keep in mind that you don't need to write anything mentioned under the application in your notebook. We have already discussed in these questions in your class, so don't write anything. Okay, now let's start. Here comes the very first question. Sylvester has decided to sort his shopping onto his shelves with a carol diagram. And here you can see a pictorial representation where some items are there. Okay, now let's understand the question first. What labels could be on the columns and rows? Okay, for the carol diagram, what labels or what tribes you will be giving on the columns and rows? That is the first question. Second one, draw the carol diagrams and add the labels. Add one more item to each shelf that matches the label. Okay, so this is a question related to carol diagram. They have given you a pictorial representation where these are the items in Sylvester's show. Now he want to arrange these things in a shelf with the help of a carol diagram. Okay, now let's see what all things are there in Sylvester's shop. That is a squash, cola, then comes chalky, jam, then you can see one liquid type something, then a tea powder, rice, and olives. Okay. So how can you label? Label in the sense you can label it in any way. The only thing is it should satisfy the conditions. It should satisfy what all things. It should have a relation, that the label has some relation with the objects or things, whatever is given. So by looking here, I can see some squash, this one, cola, these all are liquid items, right? And this jam, chalky, rice, these all are solid items. So I thought I can label it as liquid items and non-liquid items, that in columns. And what about the rows? Yeah, from this I can find out jam, which is a sweetie item, squash, yeah, juice, yummy, so sweet. Then so you can find sweetie items and non-sweet items. So I just plan to give the labels like this. But during the class time, somebody said that healthy, non-healthy, like that, different labels they have mentioned. Yeah, that also correct. When it's asked for the exam, you can give your own labels. Right now, I'm just giving some labels as per my wish. Okay, so right now, I'm starting with the answer part. That is the A part. The question is what labels could be on the columns, and so I'm just giving the labels as liquids, non-liquids or not liquids, sweet, not sweet. Now, how I'm going to draw a carol diagram. First of all, I'm going to give the labels: liquid, not liquid, sweet, and not sweet. Now, here you have to mention a thing which is liquid and as well as sweet. Whatever you're going to write here should satisfy the condition liquid and sweet. Now, whatever you're going to write over here, it should satisfy not liquid but sweet. Here, it should be a liquid item but not a sweet item. Now, here it should not a sweet as well as not a liquid. So, I'm going to arrange in this way. Juice, which is a liquid as well as a sweet item. Chocolate. Chocolate is a not liquid, it's a solid one, and but it's a sweet thing too. Now, Dettol. Dettol, you might be thinking that Dettol and soap is not there, but listen to the question. Add one more item to each of the shelf that matches the label. So you can add some more things as per the labels you have given. So I just mentioned Dettol, which is a liquid, but not sweet. Now, soap, which is a solid item, which means not liquid and not sweet too. So this is about the very first question related to the concept carol diagram. I'm stressing once again, this is not mandatory that you have to given only these labels. No, this is my choice. If you have any other choice which satisfies the with the given items, yes, you may. You can answer it. Okay. So that's about the first question. Now let me move on to the second question. Here comes the second question. Place the whole numbers from 25 to 50 in the correct section of the below mentioned Venn diagram. Okay, this is the Venn diagram. You can see three different circles. Yeah, multiples of 2. So this is the circle where you have to write multiples of 2. Then this circle is about multiples of 5. This circle is about multiples of 10. And these intersection parts should be the connection, or like, for example, see this intersection part. So this intersection part is joined with this circle. This circle means it is a multiple of 2, and this part means a multiple of 5. So here you have to write the numbers which comes both in 2's and 5 times table. Now, if you're thinking about this intersection happened because of multiplication of 10, and this part multiplication of 2. So here you have to write the numbers that comes in both 2 times as well as 10 times table. Now, about this intersection happened because of this multiples of 5 table, and this n belongs to multiples of 10 table. So here you have to write the numbers that comes in 5 times as well as 10 times table. Now, looking here, you can see 3 borders. 3 borders means all the 3 circles are here. So you have to write the numbers which comes in both, like all the 3 tables. Don't get confused. By writing the answer, you will be understanding it much more better. Okay. So what about the question? Place the whole numbers from 25 to 50. So you have to concentrate from 25 to 50. From 25 to 50 means you have to include 25 and 50, or you will be excluding 25 and 50. Yes, you have to include 25 and 50. Okay, so let's start the answer part. First of all, I'm just drawing the Venn diagram. Then I'm writing the labels like multiples of 2, multiples of 5, multiples of 10. Now you can start step by step so that it won't be confusing for you. Now here I have to write the multiples of 2 from 25 to 50. You have to write all the multiples of 2 from 25 to 50. Okay, so from 25 to 50, the multiples of 2 are 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, and 50. Now we are moving to the second circle, that is multiples of 5, that also from 25 to 50. So that is 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. Now coming to the third circle, multiples of 10 from 25 to 50, that is 30, 40, and 50. Very simple, right? Now we are moving to the intersection part. Intersection part, so this portion belongs to multiples of 5 and multiples of 2. So just concentrate on multiples of 2 and multiples of 5. Pick out the number which is common in both the circle, right just over here. So the common numbers are 30, 40, and 50. Clear? Just pick out the common numbers from both the tables. Now I'm moving to this one. This intersection area, it is made up of multiples of 10, and this one is multiples of 2. So here you have to concentrate on 2's table, like multiples of 2's and multiples of 10 circle. Pick out the common numbers on both the circles. So there it is 30, 40, 50. They're also the same thing. Now this intersection part, it is made up of like multiples of 5 and multiples of 10. So concentrate on multiples of 5 circle and multiples of 10 circle. Pick out the common numbers. There also you will be getting the number as 30, 40, 50. Now moving to the final intersection. So all the 3 circles you have to concentrate. From that, what is the common term? So common numbers. See, all the intersection part, you can see the same number. So here also it will be 30, 40, 50. It's a very simple question. Hope the Venn diagram is clear for you. So here comes the end of this week's pre-recorded video session. I hope today's video session helps you to recall and recollect what you have learned in this week about Carroll diagrams and Venn diagrams. While watching the video or while doing anything related to the concept, if you feel any doubts or if you have any queries, please don't hesitate to call me. You're always free to call me and clear your doubts. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye all.